Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and I'm bringing you guys another weekly roundup. This week, had some really good figures and collectibles to show off to you guys. I did actually screw up and totally just brain fart posting one of the days. So instead of posting the figure I was going to give you guys, I gave you a duo of figures to make up for it. So those of you who didn't see, I did actually post a short and a reel and photo set on Sunday, which I typically don't do. Sunday's usually the day where I record this. So I went a little bit off schedule this week, and I had a couple little hiccups too along the way, but I'll get into that afterwards. So, as for what I highlighted this week, My Hero Monday came back with this badass looking Aizawa, aka Eraserhead, by Banpresto. This thing was really cool. He's part of the Amazing Heroes line. Twin Tuesday went for the companion piece to last week's beautiful Rom, whatever you guys like to call her again, with this Serenus Couture, I believe it's called, Rem. And this is the third volume in the set, I believe. So there's been a couple of different Rems in this set. There's been a version 1, a version 2. This is version 3. And this one actually comes as a set. So it's pretty cool. They're starting to actually put both of them together. Waifu Wednesday went back to Star Wars because I'm not happy with current day Star Wars. So I went back to something from the EU, from the books. This is the amazing Jaina Solo Bishoujo by Kotobukiya. She is, for those of you who don't know, Han and Leia's daughter. And she, obviously you can see she has the pilot uniform. She also has her lightsaber. So she's definitely she got a little bit of Luke Skywalker vibe to her as well. They did a fantastic job with this piece, and she still to this day is one of my favorite Bishoujos. I wish Kotobukiya would have been able to have kept this line, because we only got 2 Star Wars Bishoujos, which was her and Mara Jade. So that time I got reincarnated as a Thursday was the one I totally skipped and just didn't post for some reason. I had it shot and I did not post it. I don't know what happened. Something kind of mixed up on Thursday. And I had a single figure to show you guys. But since it took all the way until Sunday to realize I didn't post it, I gave you the amazing duo of the break time figures of Rimuru and Veldora. Now, these are sold separately. I had a couple people asking about it on TikTok and YouTube, I believe. These are both sold separately. They're the break time figures by Banpresto. They run like $20 a piece. They're pretty cheap. And each one of them has a swap out part. Rimuru has 2 different faces that you can put on. One is him looking sideways to be looking at Veldora sitting with him, and one is him looking straight ahead if you want to pose him by himself. Veldora, on the other hand, comes with 2 different arms. He comes with the one where he can kind of be leaning on Rimuru, all broed out, and then he has one that just goes straight down so he can be perched by himself. So pretty cool little touch there, and I like that they're doing that. I hope they do that with more of these figures. They had recently the My Hero ones where you had Bakugo kind of squatting and Deku kind of sitting, where you could have done something like this as well, or you could have had Bakugo with an extra arm putting it over Deku or on Deku's shoulder or something like that. But I like seeing a little creative stuff like this, and I hope they do more things like it. Just like going back to Twin Tuesday, this Rem, the base actually fits together with Ram's base, so they actually make one cohesive thing rather than having 2 just cluttered up giant bases that don't go together. So hopefully we start seeing more of that in the future. Figure Friday went back to Fate Friday with a little bit different, I guess you could say, in the anime world. This is the assassin from Fate Grand Order. This is Hassan. She's a Middle Eastern assassin. And one thing I did see comments about was, oh my god, a darker skinned anime character, like wow. And people started to look into this more and more. And it is something you don't see very often or as much in anime, and that is, because of just the way kind of Japan is. And I think she is a phenomenal looking character. I think this figure came out really awesome. But again, has one of these super giant kind of blob bases, but you can't really do much about that. And then for Saturday, I started a little something new, and it was definitely a lot more popular than I was expecting it to be. So rather than doing Sword Art Saturday or Slayer Saturday or Sailor Scout Saturday, like I've been kind of doing, I went with a new theme, Schoolgirl Saturday. And to kick things off, I went with Aya from Bang Dream, which is a mobile game and anime series as well. It's actually pretty good. I've watched a lot of it myself. Was obsessed with the game. It was a rhythm game. I love rhythm games. Biku, Bang Dream, Love Live, all that kind of stuff. I love those games. So until it stopped working on my Android, I loved this game. I was freaking obsessed with it. And I had to start with Aya, who was actually Gigi's favorite character in the game. She's from the band Pastel Palettes. And there's basically a whole bunch of different bands that are, high school girls, stuff like that. And they go together and they have, battle in the band competition. So it's pretty cool. And the music is really good. They have a lot of cool cover songs in the game, stuff like that. And, I do recommend it if you like rhythm games and you haven't heard of it. Definitely check it out. I'm probably going to go and start highlighting a different member every Saturday because I have dozens of these school uniform Bang Dream figures. So you guys really seem to like Aya, and it was a pretty positive response. So I think next week I'm going to go and continue on with this trend and maybe throw in a couple other little schoolgirl, themed characters here and there, like some sword art ones, stuff like that. But again, some really, really great figures this week. And didn't really have much other than Hassan here that didn't get into the algorithm very much because obviously she has massive amounts of side boob. So not only does she have kind of her midsection here revealed, but she does have a massive amount of side boob. So especially on YouTube, they hate that, and nothing I can really do about it. But you guys can see her here today in all of its glory. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys every one of these figures that I did this past week, and let you guys decide what you thought was the best. All right, so that was it for your closer view at all of the pieces that I highlighted this past week. As always, I separate things going by your prize figures, your premium figures, statues, stuff like that. So we are going to obviously leave Jaina right here where she is, because she is the most expensive piece and the only expensive piece really in this lot this week. One thing about her, which was a gripe I had way back when I first got her, was the way her lightsaber, her finger or her thumb has a little peg. Actually, it's her pinky finger, has a little peg sticking out of it. And you're supposed to peg the lightsaber into it. And it's supposed to look like it's kind of levitating in her hand. That peg is not the best thing to hold this, and it constantly just falls. So most of the time I just sit the lightsaber in her hand for display purposes, so I don't end up losing the lightsaber. But that was really my only gripe about it. But still, she is a phenomenal piece, and she does pair perfectly with the Mara Jade and even the Mass Effect girl. So I have kind of my Kotobukiya outer space set up there. Great piece. And I'm going to leave the boys right here for my pick of the week as well, because it don't get much better than Rimuru and Veldora broing out together. I freaking love it. I love the duo. I love that they gave us an option to display them together like this. And I got to give a close second to my boy Aizawa, because this Eraserhead is such an awesome looking figure. He came out so good. I love it. I think he's one of the better recent My Hero prize figures to come out from the Amazing Heroes line. So, and I'm just happy that they're keeping them this size and not doing a Jujutsu Kaisen where they're making them super duper small now. So I don't know what's up with that line, but a lot of their lines, their break time line as well, is about half the size of these figures. So something is going on with the Banpresto license with Jujutsu Kaisen in particular, where their figures are definitely being downsized. I don't know if the license was expensive or what, but there has been a big shift with their figures, and hopefully it doesn't spread to the other brands that they do as well. But all in all, again, had some awesome pieces. Can't go wrong with any of these. If you guys are looking for where to purchase any of these, I will try to put some links down in the descriptions and comment sections down below. Or if you have a specific one that you are looking for, let me know. I can give you all the information about them as well. That being said, this week I did do 2 videos. I was a little behind again because I had some errors. So I did show you guys a really badass Chainsaw Man Denji that I got. And that was from the Figuarts Zero line. He was so freaking awesome. I love it. I think it was such a good figure. And I also gave you guys Best Genist from the My Hero Academia Will Kuji. I was supposed to give you guys Nightcrawler from the Iron Studios X-Men line, but I have to reshoot a bunch of segments. Luckily, it's parts that I'm off camera on, because my audio completely screwed up on it. So I have to redo those segments or just voice those segments over again. Got to see what I want to do first. So he'll be coming this week. I know, 3rd week in a row. This statue is jinxing me. But it is, for the majority of this, majority, it is filmed. It is shot. I just had some severe audio issues with the zoomed in views, the 360 views, stuff like that of him, and some other pieces that I used to highlight. I don't know if something happened with my mic when I was, in between, changing things over. Not sure, but I am going to get that situated, get that edited, broken down, and posted this week. Also going to be doing another poll. I think we're going to be doing another poll. We're going to definitely be doing another poll for Bunny Girls, and I'm going to be doing a poll for something else. Not really sure yet. See what you guys want to see, but Nightcrawler will come first. We're going to be doing some Bunny Girls, and might be doing something, again, smaller. It's been a while since I've done pop-up parades and stuff like that, but I've also shown, people have shown some interest in some Belfine statues, and I have a bunch of those as well as some Kotobukiya stuff. So if you guys have a specific thing you want to see or you want me to highlight, let me know, and I will get those on the priority list. But that is all for this week's Weekly Roundup and the updates for the page for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, do that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, all the buttons, click them all. Don't care, dislike button, that's fine too. Keeps me going in the algorithm. Follow me on all the social medias down below. Linktree is in the description. I'm everywhere, and I just started posting more videos onto Rumble per request by some people, and I also heard it's a lot easier to get monetized over there. So I'm trying my luck with that platform as well. It is not a nerd-centric platform, really. So don't really know how much further I'm going to go with that, but I'll just post them on there and see what happens. So if you're on Rumble and you want to find me on there too, you can find me on there as well. There's nothing political on there. I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff. It's just all the same nerd stuff. I'm just posting it onto a different platform to try to spread the nerdiness. So nothing, political or anything going on like that. But again, I will see you guys in the next video, which will be Nightcrawler. Fingers crossed we don't get another screw up. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye, everyone.